What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Okay, let's turn down this in-game sound, shall we? It's a little loud. Okay. Feel like that's a little better. Alright, so today, I can't believe I have to go over this dumb shit, because to me, it's dumb shit. It's like, it's dumb shit that I have to re-educate people because they've been fed stupidity. God, fuck. Swear to God. Okay. Now, typically, in most of my MMOs, I always stay between 55 and 60% crit. I never go over because the law of diminishing returns. Okay. All right. Prime example here, we're going to do a 2H. Now, you're going to notice that I have a precise weapon on, right? We're going to take a look at the tooltip. 6.8. Now, it's not going to hit 6.8 because my penetrating value is low. But that's, you know, the max amount, and then you calculate for the penetrating value. That's how you calculate penetrating value. Okay. Just a heads up. So everybody knows or gets a clue. So, anyways, because then you deduct, it's fine, whatever. Anyway, 6.8, right? And then we go into a Nernholm. I'm not going to put a sharpen on because, you know, the pen will hit. All right, and then we go back into the tooltip. Now we're doing 6.9. We're dealing more damage because of our weapon power scale, right? So what happens when you put a critical value high is your damage drops. Now, the reason people have justified crit so goddamn much is because they crit so frequently that it's so consistent, they don't care about the loss. But ZOS has been nerfing critical values, right? To the point where people will try to do anything to hold on to a critical value to even further diminish their DPS because it keeps cutting into their base damage. That is a critical mistake. Okay? It's critical. Get it? Pun. Mistake. So when I go ahead and hit with, I believe it's the Nernholm, I got to equip, making sure. The Nernholm, look at the base damage. If I can get a base. 5563. 5563. 5563. Okay. That's my base. Now, this is, I'm not setting up to do whatever. I'm just showing you guys something. Okay. Now we're going to switch to the precise. And look at this base damage. 5474. It's 200 and something points under. So my point is this. The diminishing return isn't in the critical chance. It's into the damage output of your base damage. Your critical damage scales from base damage. Right? Unless you go with the shadow. Unless you're using the shadow, which would only affect critical damage modifier. Critical damage will scale with base damage. Inherently. And I see these people walk away from fundamentals. Fundamentals. It's a huge fucking mistake. I don't know what the fuck y'all been smoking the fuck on. Who you listen to, do you huff fucking gas? I never go over 60%. I try not to. If I go slightly over, whatever. But I usually try to stay between 55 and 60. It's my sweet spot. Always has been. in 90-something% of MMOs I've ever played. Ever. Why? Because I'm aware of diminishing returns. And I'm aware the higher my critical value, sure, I'm critting all the time. My base damage sucks, so I'm hitting like a wet fucking noodle. In comparison to somebody who has a tremendous amount of base and they have that sweet spot. Yes, they crit less frequently, but when they crit, they're doubling my critical damage output. Now, that's not the case in here. I'm just saying for general purposes. Because their base damage is so fucking high. And knowing fucking morons in this game, they will slot every critical piece and have their crit deal the amount of base damage that I'm going to be doing. That is a critical mistake. That's a huge fucking mistake. Now, will that adjust for allocation into the CP? Yes, because currently, even with the 2 crit sets, I'm sitting at, that's with precise. That's with precise is 55. Right? Without a precise weapon, I'm at 45. A 10% difference for precise. So guess what people are going to latch on to? A precise trait. They're going to latch on to a precise trait. That's what they're going to do. Okay? That's a 10% difference. They're going to latch on to it. Harder as shit. Now, precise isn't always a bad trait. I'm not saying it is. But to sacrifice the value, right, to go completely critical, if I'm wearing Leviathan. I'm wearing Leviathan on this dude. I don't have a Mundus. Oh, I do have the Mundus. I have the Lover for Pen. But if you were to stack critical rating over and over, let's just even 1 second. Let me do this. Purchase. The thief. Place. Okay, so, well, if I can use the Mundus. It's not letting me use it. I don't have the Thief Mundus. You bastards. Sometimes you gotta fuck with this shit. Oh shit. I swear to God. Okay. Now some morons is going to do this. And I promise you. Right? They're going to go, well, we're going to take the thief. We're going to go precise. We're going to go with all critical sets. And guess what? Look at our crit now. We're at back up to 60%. Great. Awesome. You guys are fucking brilliant, man. You guys are fucking insanely intelligent as fuck. But look at my base damage. Look at my crit. 5,000. I start losing hundreds of points per critical. More crit I throw in, I lose hundreds, and then my crit damage output goes down. Where I was dealing 8, now I'm dealing 7. I lost 1,000 because of a couple hundred points in the drop. I lose critical damage. Yes, I crit frequently. Yes, I'm critting all the time. All the time. But there comes a point where the diminishing return is so prevalent right? That I'm hitting like a wet fucking noodle. Yes, I could go to the champion. I could spec all the critical damage modifiers as well. Like, and you know, make up these values as well. I could even throw it all in here. I could just be like, you know what? I'm going to put all in here, and I'm going to slot it. I'm going to even take this critical damage, and I'm going to slot it, right? Because they're going to hold on to those critical modifiers like a fucking heartbeat, right? That's what is going to happen. This is what more than likely is going to happen. They'll be like, I'm going to hit the target W for, and it's going to hit hard. It's going to hit insanely hard. And I don't even, but look, 9-2, that's now my new critical value because I've got that put in. But look. Now if I come around and I face forward, I did 5-2 on the back. But my base is going to go down tremendously. Even my critical damage starts suffering because I'm not at the backside. 5,048. It'll keep dropping because you guys are focusing so much on crit versus base damage, right? Where a player like me is going to be like, fuck you too, Zoss. Fuck you too. So I'm going to be like, well, fuck the flanking. You know, I may keep that. I may. Now I'm going to be like, you know what? It's all about that base. About that base. No trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be like, yeah, okay, I got the critical modifier here. I'm going to throw it to the base. Fuck it. You know, I'm going to be like, I'm going to be about that base. Right? I'm going to be all about that base. Because I'm going to deal crit. And when I deal crit, it's going to go ahead and increase damage regardless. Give me a base. Stop critting. Oh, I got the thief on. But I'm hitting 5-2. So I'm hitting more than whatever. Now, hold on. I'm going to get the warrior because I don't want pen. Because I'm not using pen now. I'm just showing something. Alright. Alright. Browse. Okay, so let's get the warrior. I'm just using this as examples. Ugh. Five, 4, 7, 6. So my critical is going to deal more damage the more my base is up. But my base damage is increasing. That's what I'm trying to illustrate to you. The diminishing return isn't in the critical chance. It's in when you deduct from base. Now this is a precise weapon, right? And I'm hitting 5-4 with a precise weapon, right? 5-9, 5-9 is my base. Okay. Now watch. I'm going to exceed. I don't even have penetration. Mundus. All right. Now we're going to go, guess what? With the Nernhone. And we're going to hit over 6. 5-5. There's 8-3. That's a nice crit. 5-5-8. I'll check it out one more time with precise. 6. That's my consistency. 5-5-5-8. It's my average. Base. Okay. 5476. 5476. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm dealing less critical damage. And my crit's going down. 5476. It's what I'm trying to tell you guys over and over and over again. It's a critical mistake to latch on to one stat so profusely. It is a critical error. What do you think of Treasure Hunter? Treasure Hunter's okay. I mean, I've used Tooth Throw for if I did at the time. I didn't want to use pots. If you don't want to use pots and you're not going to use the warrior, I never used. I've never used Treasure Hunter. I've had the set. I've never used it, but I mean, I've used Tooth Throw. I love Tooth Throw at the time that I did it because it was consistent. It was a consistent stat. I mean, you get savagery, and you can get those critical values. I've never disagreed with that. I just liked it because I never had a pot and never had a whatever. I had the stat at all times. I could bar an extra ability, at the time, especially on back bar. So whatever. But if you use pots, it's irrelevant then, if you're using pots. But this is what I keep trying to tell people, man. 5560 was always my sweet spot. I never wanted a critical value higher. Why? Because I hit like a fucking wet noodle. It's a diminishing return. That's what it is. It's a diminishing return. Yet you have everybody like, give me the crit, give me the crit, give me the crit. It's like, what the fuck are you all? Are you all high? Have you all been huffing gasoline? Have you guys been fucking, what the fuck are you guys doing? Well, in PvP, I just said earlier, my earlier today stream, I never go crit in PvP. Because they come out with critical resistant sets. It's all about that base. No trouble. And of course, I want crit. I want to deal critical damage. But I'm going to deal more critical damage without these allocations if these are apparent, right? So let's say I don't go any critical modifier, right? I don't use let's just say for shits and giggles, I'm not even going to utilize a critical modifier at all. Right? I'm like, fuck it. I don't even want a fucking critical modifier at this time. Right? Single target attacks. Down. I'm just kind of whatever. Okay. So direct damage. Perfect. So let's say I don't even fucking go one critical bar spot. Right? I don't even go. I'm still going to utilize crit set. Right? Because I'm going to eventually going to crit. Right? But look at my crit now. Look at my base. 6, 9, 10, 9, 6, 3. And I'm not even having a pen. I'm not even at pen. 6, 9, 8, 1. Now let's add the pen to it. Let's add the penetration. Because I'm under my pen cap. I mean, I dealt a 70,000 fucking crit on this build. And that's when my crit was good. Look at my crit. How is my crit going up when when my critical damage is going up? How in the fuck is my critical damage increasing? How is my critical damage increasing when I have no critical modifier to do so? I'll tell you how. Because my base damage is higher. You all have been smoking fucking paint and fucking inhaling garbage. Who the fuck, since I've been gone, has been fucking ignoring math? Who the fuck? I don't know what the fuck you all have been on. Who are you listening to? But it's junk. I don't know who's preaching this bullshit. It is so fucking frustrating to see the community get turned into a bunch of dumb shits. I worked my ass off when I was here educating people, only for them to be turned into idiotic dips. And ZOS is going to keep nerfing the fuck out of you, and majority of people aren't going to know how to adjust. Instead, they're going to keep the critical values high and say, well, this class and that class, because they don't know any fucking better. They're not... They're poser. They're talented. I'll give them that. Sure, they clear content. Okay. That they don't fucking know the numbers. Jeez, fucking Jesus. Listen, man. You can't get around it. Wherever there's percentage math that's invested, there are diminishing returns. Where there are diminishing returns, there are different values. Right? Okay, that's a fact. You don't get to skip it. You don't get to ignore it. You don't get to make up another law that says fucking contrary to anybody's, made up bullshit. Okay? I've always said 55 to 60. I try not to extend. If I extend a little, I get a little bit, but I usually stay within those factors. Why? My base damage. Because I'm aware the higher my base damage is, the higher my critical damage is going to inherently be anyways. And now we have people putting daggers on mag tunes like fucking morons, because they are morons. They are. And if you're sub to them, congratulations, you're a moron too. Oh my fucking god. Proof is in the pudding, dipshits. Fucking A. Then just do a full parse on a 21 or 3 mil to prove your point. What the fuck? Dude, I just proved my point, you dip. I just proved it. Did my damage increase with a hit? Did it increase? Yes or fucking no? Did it go up? If you don't believe me, did you see it? I've been trying to get my fucking metrics to work on this bitch. For some reason, it won't recognize. Believe you and fucking me. I've got over, in my live server, I have over 9k weapon damage. Not one of you fuckers figured it out. Not one of you. Not one of you motherfuckers could figure it out. Not one of you fucking knew about base or diminishing returns, you dipshit. Don't fucking preach to me when my crits are hitting higher than yours. I don't give a fuck if they take me fucking serious. The proof is in the pudding. Do what the fuck you will. Get 100% critical if you want. I don't give a fuck. The fact of it is, it's right here. If I take all crit, my critical damage modifier goes down. Because my base damage. That's a fact, Jack. Whether you like it or not, Buttercup. Because it's called math. I'm not built into any critical. Rewind the fucking tape. I put in both these critical factors. I can take both of these factors, keep these two, drop the base, and my crit rate, When I stack crit, my base damage is going to drop. That's a fact, Jack. That's a fucking fact, Jack. I've been doing this for over 20 years, worked with the top companies in the industry. The top. SOE, Microsoft, fucking Turbine, fucking even Matt's previous company, Mythic. I've worked for them all as a private tester. And then you, little nobody, are going to fucking question my math when I'm the one that taught you guys about indifferent values and diminishing returns and penetrating values? I'm the one that taught you motherfuckers. You guys put Sharpen and Twiceborn Star on Magtunes. Y'all did it. So fuck you too. People don't take me serious. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Doesn't mean you're fucking, you guys are fucking idiots. Go ahead, disagree. Rebuttal it, bitch. Rebuttal it, bitch. Rebuttal it, bitch. Rewind the tape, bitch. You don't know this fucking game. You never have. You don't know the numbers. You can't count. And that's a fact. The math doesn't change no matter what game you go to. It doesn't. It doesn't change. You exceed over a 60% critical value, you lose base. You lose base, you lose critical damage output. That's a fact. Yes, you crit all the time. Congratulations. But your base damage starts going down, thus your critical output. I hit, you better look at my fucking stamp sort video. I hit with one crit what most people can't even parse. And that's a 69-8 on my crit hit, on my finisher. You guys aren't hitting that, bitch. Parse that. Take that and parse that up your ass. I'm the one that figured out this setup. Akina and friggin' Vicious Ophidian. Akina and False God. Not you fuckers. Not you fucks. You're pretenders to the fucking throne. You're pretenders to the fucking throne. Get the fuck off. And sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Sit the... You proof is in the pudding. I just showed it. Hit by hit, swing by swing. I said critical mistake. When you increase critical value, what happens to base damage? Goes down. If base damage goes down, what happens to your critical damage output per hit? It goes down. So how do you have to justify it? You keep stacking crit and losing base damage to justify what? The output. All the while a person like me is laughing their ass off, getting the best of both worlds. Congratulations. You have followed idiots. And if you're a content creator at Chemo Gaming, you would have known. But instead, you made yourself look like a fucking jackass, because instead of proving me wrong, here it is per swing, I'm dealing more fucking damage per swing. Proof is in the pudding. Don't forget it. Okay? Thank you, and have a nice day.